Hi, greetings. PB Moreland here, checking in with all my readers, galactic warriors, freedom fighters, dragon riders, light workers, starseeds. Hey, it's a plethora of a group here. And today is June 17th. I think it's the 17th. 2026. And the reason I'm making a video today, one amongst many, is to wonder if any of you are feeling it. Feeling a pull. Feeling a calling to do something. Feeling that excitement in your chest, in your soul, in your galactic history. Something calling you forward. And if this video shakes, it's because my cat, Arlo, is very curious about what I'm doing. He oftentimes is. And so if I look away and say shoo, it's because I want him to go away. Even though I love him, he is my precious boy. He can sometimes be a nuisance, as many felines tend to be. So once again, my name is PB Moreland. I'm the author of the books in the White Bird series. The most recently released novel is Blue Flames Rising, which is available if you visit my website at www.pbmoreland.com. You can learn all about the books, all about the characters, all about the synopsis of the story itself. And the story is huge. It's worldly. It's about what's happening today, although it was written 30 years ago, started anyway. But that's okay. It's timely. And if you are someone like me who loves adventure, who loves the mythical tales, who loves history, who loves ancient wisdom, who loves the feminine divine, the goddesses, if you like stories about romance, even though it's not really a romance, but it is about beings who love and cherish and do whatever it takes to protect those that they think or they believe are special to them. But today I'm on because, as I mentioned before, there's a feeling. It's a calling. I don't know if it's a calling of my soul, if it's a calling from my future self, if it's a calling of the world and what it is becoming, the golden age, the age of becoming, the age of the human. But I'm a bit unsettled. And if you feel this, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and share it with others, as it's a growing YouTube channel. It's very small at present, and I'm not worried about numbers and algorithms. I just know that I have a story to share, and I won't call it wisdom to share, but experience and knowledge and understanding to share with anyone who will listen. So I'll back up a few weeks. A few weeks ago, I just felt compelled that it was time to move out of my beautiful home. I have lived here now 7 years, almost to the day. I believe I moved in 2019, June 19th. It was the day before my daughter's birthday. And yes, we know about the 7-year itch. But when my intuition nudges me, it often does it very quietly at first, and then it just shoves me. Meaning that I don't really have a choice, of course, because we have free will, but this is my intuition. It is me calling out. And even though my home, I've spent a lot of resources, time and energy and love in refining my home, updating it, building it, adding on. The yards and the gardens are just gorgeous right now. But I have a hawthorn tree in the front yard. I planted this tree in 1986. This home that I live in has been in my family for a long time, and I acquired it. I lived here in the 80s as a young woman who was quite unbound and wild, and boy did I have a good time. And then I got married and had my beautiful daughters and bought a home not far from here. The neighborhood I'm in has always called to me. It's very clean, high frequency energy, this neighborhood. And my body, I read frequencies. You probably do too, and maybe you don't even know it. But I can tell when an energy and an area is clear. My shoulders relax. I breathe deeper. If I'm going through an area that might have seen bloodshed in the past or maybe recent turmoil, my nervous system reacts, tense up a little bit. My breathing is a bit more shallow, and I don't have that sense of peace. This neighborhood has always called to me. I lived here in another area of the neighborhood with my mother for almost 20 years. Well, let's give it 17 to be exact. I felt that same calling back then to move to the next chapter of my life that I feel right now. It was very hard for me to move. I left my mother, although I knew in my heart I was only moving a few blocks away, but to her it was a form of betrayal. But I had to let her experience that on her own terms. I could not fix it for her. We had a rough patch after that. And I had to just allow her to grieve and allow me the boundaries that I so desperately needed, because I am a sovereign, sentient being, and I needed that break. And again, it's a long story between my mother and I, whom I love dearly. We have a very strong bond, as do myself and my two daughters, but it needed to happen. And as a result, subsequently, it was a great idea that I moved out at that time. Our relationship now is stronger. It's not so reliant upon the other, and that's very important with relationships. So here I am again, feeling that call to move. I've even called my realtor friend, who I'm going to talk to in a few days. No, I don't have anywhere I know I'm going to go. I don't have anything set up. I never do. When I feel this calling, I trust it with my whole being. I felt this calling when I was knowing I needed to separate from my husband. That was 20 years ago. I needed to separate from my husband. I needed to let him go. There wasn't any animosity. There was confusion, but I needed to do it for his freedom and for my own freedom. And as a result, again, it was a situation that I followed my intuition, and as a result, both of our lives improved. And so this is a voice that if I ignore it, it's not a good idea. So here I am, feeling that calling, feeling that compelling voice. It's almost like a siren song. Maybe this is a June energy, because as I recall, I'm thinking back, it was June 2005 when my husband left. Bless his heart. It was really hard on him, and I love him. He's a good man. He's an amazing father. And then it was June of 2019 when I left my mother's home, which happened to be mine as well. We co-owned the home together. And I moved into this home, and it's June, 7 years later. So I'll have to meditate on that. Although I don't do much meditating anymore. I've moved out of that space. My life is a meditation now. I live quite quietly, although I do seek fun still. I love to have fun. And my grandsons, boy, do they fill that role for me. I laugh, belly laughs with them. We go to the beach, we go to the golf park, we go to the bowling alley, we go out for lunch, we go on walks. Oftentimes my other daughters join us, but my grandsons are now my playmates. And that's perfect because I'm a child at heart. Always have been, and I always will be. So I don't know what's going to happen next. And that's the beauty of this. The trust in my future self. My next home rests in my heart. And I won't describe it because I've already set it out there in the universe. I've already manifested it as we are creator beings. We have the power to create. And my thoughts are like, there's a phrase, like the arrow is the power of my words are arrows. My thoughts are arrows, and where I aim them, however I aim them, they will manifest. I have no doubt in my mind. My job came along that I'm now the lead gardener at a country club. It's the most awesome place of employment. I do what I love to do. I'm a gardener. I'm a landscape artist. I'm a designer. I'm also an author. So my characters. I'm writing book 6 right now. I'm 3/4 of the way done, if maybe it's halfway done. Maybe it's going to be a very long book. I'm already 400 pages in. And it's almost like my life right now is correlating with my characters who are going through a change, a metamorphosis. And that's the way it's been for my whole life. These characters in my books have always been with me because I've always had a very quiet inner life, inner world. I'm an extremely introvert. However, I'm also outgoing when there's a purpose for it. Not as a performance, but when there's a connection. I'm working on Adamas Saint Germain, who is a Ascended Master and the Crimson Circle. If you are Shambhala, you follow. What we are working on now, or maybe not working on, letting go, is performing. A performance is what role you're taking on. Am I Paula the gardener? Am I Paula the mother? Am I Paula the grandmother? Am I Paula the daughter? Am I Paula the person at the store? Am I P.B. Moreland the writer? And so I'm doing my best to let those fall away and explore other identities, even though I might not know what they are, but to drop the performance and just be myself. And sometimes it's confusing because I lose it. You know, it's kind of elusive, that thread of knowing exactly who I am without putting a label on it. I am a living woman. Let's say that. I am a sovereign being. I am not a corporation. I am not Paula Mott, Paula Elizabeth Mott, that's written on my birth certificate. I am into that world of disclosure deeply because I resonate with it. I do understand how the birth certificate, the moment we are born, puts us into that corporation of the America. This is not the United States of America. I truly believe it's the United States Republic. And that's not a conspiracy theory. It's not me being a troublemaker or a warrior or a rebel, even though there are millions of people who would believe that. It's the truth of the matter. I was born in the image and likeness of God. I practice Christ principles. I love Yeshua and Mary, both Marys, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. I resonate with the story of Yeshua. I don't resonate always with the Bible. I am not Catholic or Episcopalian. I am non-denominational, Christ consciousness living woman. And I am aware of those who might seek to sway me. But I am not in fear. I am not in fear that our world is going to go to the dark side. I know, in fact, that we are moving into the golden age of enlightenment. There's a prime directive with the Galactic Alliance, or not, the Galactic Councils, not the Galactic Federation. I do believe there's a difference between the Galactic Alliance and the Galactic Federation. There have been soft disclosures on some news shows about UFO. Well, to me, it's not anything that I would ever need to describe or believe, because it's just like the trees in nature. There are so many different kind of beings on our planet, above, on, and below, that we share our world with, and we always have. However, we've been programmed to believe that we are the only race that's viable, that exists in the whole universe, which I've always felt was utter ridiculous. However, I didn't feel the compulsion to defend my understanding, because I don't think it needs to be defended. And my books will talk about this. My books don't go into the Galactic Alliance. Not yet. However, my books deal with ancient wisdom, with all of the different ancient tribes on our planet who believe in the stars, the wisdom of the stars, the star beings. Well, there you go. And my books will address that. And that's what drew me to write the story. Excuse me. The cat again. So I'm curious how this month will unravel. And it's exciting. Moving to me is not panic mode, worry mode. I know my intuition helps me stay ahead of a curve that might be coming. And if I follow my intuition, and it always is settled either in the solar plexus or the heart, or right between those two chakras. That's where it's not the head, it's not the pineal gland, it's not even the crown chakra. It's the solar plexus and the heart. And because we have more than 7 chakras, believe you me, we have dozens. They're all around us, throughout us, above us, within us, below us. We have the star chakra, and we have the earth chakra, and the chakras of our bodies, and the chakras of our Merkaba. So this is compelling me right now, and I just thought I would share it if anyone else is feeling this. Don't ignore it. You don't have to rush out and put your house on the market if you feel like you're going to move. But you have to act, and you have to make that decision. Once that decision is made, you as the creator, the universe will say, okay, here we go. But if you're on the fence, the universe will stay with you on that fence. And I say universe by meaning my energy. My energy serves me. I am the universe. The universe is within me. The universe is without me, around me, above me, below me, within me. My energy serves me. So when I make a decision, I move forward with that decision. And my energy will serve me in the best possible, most high-minded way imaginable. And that is what I'm going to end with today. June, honestly, I don't remember if it's the 16th or 17th. Let's see, what is it today? Tuesday. It is the 16th because my daughter's birthday is on Saturday. And I just want you all to know that we're in the positive timeline. We're not in the age of the cyborg. Some might be, those with black hearts, those with no soul, those that are creating havoc on our planet, who enjoy causing destruction, who enjoy harming others. They will have their own destiny, and it's not mixed with mine. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. They do not have a soul compass. I do not agree with their methods. I do not really understand how someone could hurt another or an animal, far beyond my understanding. But it is up to their creator, whatever that might be, to forgive them, not me. I do forgive because it helps me forgive myself for any wrongdoing I might have ever done. My goal today is to be harmless, to be helpful, to be sovereign, sentient being on this gorgeous planet that we live on. And maybe next time I share a video, something else will have happened with moving. Or maybe something else occurred that I realized that was calling me. Maybe it's not a move. Maybe it's something else. But I've let it go now. I've trusted it. And so with that, I bid you good day. Play well with others. Nod to those you pass with a smile. You don't know what kind of struggle they're going through. And be kind. And be patient. Hold the line and hold the light. Namaste.